All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're breaking down the brutal, honest math of dropshipping in 2026 and reviewing the 17 apps that can actually save your margins in this totally new landscape. Look, if you've been running your numbers on a spreadsheet instead of looking at the reality of real orders, well, you are in for quite a wake-up call today.
So Section 1. The old playbook is dead. Let's get right into it. For about a decade, finding cheap overseas goods and just throwing money at Facebook ads, that was the whole game, the entire craft. But the environment has violently shifted. The old playbook is completely dead, and the math is exactly what killed it. Why? Amazon Prime. Prime has entirely retrained buyer expectations across the board, meaning nowadays, a 14-day transit time, that doesn't read as international shipping to your customers anymore. It reads as, oh no, I've been scammed.
And here is how that damage actually snowballs. A slow delivery triggers this catastrophic cascade of refunds, disputes, and silent marketplace penalties that absolutely tank your search ranking. And the crazy part? The damage actually shows up in your search visibility way before it even hits your customer reviews. You're literally losing sales you never even knew were on the table.
Which brings us to a massive number. 5. The crucial takeaway here is that a single chargeback and a bad review, usually driven by that slow shipping, can quietly erase the profit from 5 perfectly clean sales. Think about it. If you clear, say, roughly $6 of margin on an order, one angry customer opening an item not received case completely wipes out the gains from 5 happy ones. Retention, not just acquisition, is where the real money hides now.
Moving right along to Section 2. Fast shipping and local sourcing.
Since the cheapest product wins era is officially over, the stores that are actually still growing right now have shifted heavily to local sourcing. It's a really stark contrast. When you compare the quiet killer of long-haul overseas shipping against local sourcing, paying a higher unit cost to a local supplier is absolutely worth it to protect your account health. Yeah, you're going to pay a bit more upfront for sure, but that 2 to 7 day transit time, that's what actually closes the sale, and it saves you from the crippling refunds of a 15 to 30 day overseas supply line. So to get that fast domestic delivery, we've got a few key apps that put you directly into US, EU, or UK warehouses, which is absolutely critical for impulse items. Spocket gives you that premium 2 to 7 day speed. If you're a bit newer to this, Zendrop is incredible for its vetted network and guided hand-holding setup. Cincy offers a massive regional marketplace with a great wholesale on-ramp. And for high-ticket goods, AppScenic is your go-to. They do a brilliant job handling the heavy logistics of automated returns.
Okay, Section 3. Let's talk about heavy-duty automation engines.
Look, doing the operational grind manually is totally manageable when you're getting maybe 10 orders a day, but it will absolutely break you at volume. Try processing 500 orders a day by hand. It's impossible. If you aren't automatically syncing your stock and prices, you're going to end up selling out-of-stock items, or even worse, listing them below your own cost because a supplier suddenly jumped their price. And boom, that is exactly how a profitable store bleeds out overnight. This is where you need those heavy-duty engines to do the heavy lifting. Deesers is an absolute workhorse if you're doing high-volume AliExpress orders. If you need some enterprise-level geography-aware routing across a whole multi-supplier network, you want to look at Spark Shipping. Then there's CJ Dropshipping for free China sourcing and overseas warehousing, and eAsync, which is a really powerful multi-channel retail arbitrage engine.
Now let's take a look at the sticker price for AutoDS. This is an app that pitches incredible, hands-off, AI-driven automation and native TikTok shop integration. If you look at these tiers, ranging from roughly $20 up to $50 a month, it seems incredibly straightforward, right?
But here's the catch: 0. That is the exact amount of automation you actually get if your internal AutoDS credits run dry mid-week. What they don't explicitly shout from the rooftops is that you have to calculate this hidden, metered cost before you even subscribe. The automation literally runs on these internal credits. If you don't budget for them, based on your actual sales volume, your entire system just stalls out.
Moving on to Section 4, building brands and custom products.
If you want to truly escape these brutal price wars, you need tools designed to build brand loyalty, rather than just endlessly chasing clicks. For example, you can leverage Shopify Collective to sell real, premium brands directly from other stores without holding any inventory. Or you could use Epperlo. They let you add custom tags and private label packaging to your shipments with 0 minimum order quantity. Trendsy is fantastic because it provides incredible free LA studio photography for women's fashion. And Gelato acts as a huge powerhouse for low-carbon, local printing across 32 different countries.
And that brings us to the classic print-on-demand showdown, Printify versus Printful. It really boils down to this. Choose Printify when your margins and the breadth of the catalog matter most to you, since they use variable print networks to keep those base blank costs lower. But you absolutely must pick Printful when reliable, consistent quality dictates your brand survival. They control their own in-house presses, meaning a hoodie you print today is going to exactly match the one you print 6 months from now.
All right, final section. Section 5, hidden costs and compliance.
These are the nitty-gritty details that really separate the hobbyists from the real businesses. When you're evaluating all these tools, please do not just compare the monthly subscription price. You have to factor in per-order transaction fees, like Zendrop's 10% cut on processing payouts, for instance. And honestly, even more importantly, consider the massive and visible cost of manual mistakes and refunds. One single mistyped address or an unexpected stockout can literally cost you more in a single afternoon than your software subscription does for the entire month.
And this invisible cost extends heavily into marketplace compliance too. Take apps like eZync, for example. They use features like Aqualine tracking to convert tracking numbers so they look native for eBay. Now sure, this lowers your technical risk of getting auto-flagged, but let's be crystal clear here. Buying from one retailer and shipping directly to your eBay customer strictly violates dropshipping policies. It lowers the detection risk, yes, but it emphatically does not make you compliant.
Which brings us to the ultimate golden rule of dropshipping in 2026. You are the seller of record. What does that mean? It means the marketplace holds you, and only you, legally and financially responsible for that transaction. Not your automation software. The software might cut down on operational mistakes, but you are accountable. Trust me, a suspension appeal is absolutely not the moment you want to discover that difference.
So to keep your accounts alive and thriving, you have to follow a few dull but absolutely vital habits. Because order cancellations and missing tracking are the fastest route to crippling penalty strikes. Keep your tracking valid and prompt. Sync your prices and stock constantly. Never sell what you don't actually have. Ship from predictable origins at predictable speeds. And above all else, answer your buyers yourself. Do it quickly and speak to them like a human being.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, absolutely crucial question to ask yourself when choosing your tooling. Are you automating your repetition or your decisions? Software is incredible at the repetitive stuff, pulling orders, syncing prices, uploading tracking numbers, but no tool on earth can decide which products you should sell, how to price them competitively, or how to de-escalate an angry customer. Automate the repetition, but always, always own the decisions.